Hi, so you want to know how to access the Alternative Guide to Postgraduate Funding online. Well, you probably clicked through onto this gateway page from a page at your university. So there are three main ways to access the Alternative Guide to Postgraduate Funding online, depending on what kind of user you are and where you are. If you're a current university student and you're on campus, you can just click the option here, option 2, log on automatically from campus right now, and you'll log through into the Alternative Guide as a guest account. The second way to access the Alternative Guide, if you're a current student, is with a username and password. Now you can use a username and password whether you're on campus or you're off campus. Now, in order to register for a username and password, it's very simple. All you do is put in your university email address into this box. Your university email address ends with a .ac.uk. So in my case, I'll put in my own university email address and I press go. I again get a box here saying that my registration has been successful. I then look at my own email account here, my university email account, and I have an email here from Grad Funding. My username and my password are here. My username is just my email address and my password has been given to me here. In this case it's simply the word ring. So I then go back to this page and using the blue blocks here, put in my username and then I'll just type in my password as well and hit log on. And there we have it. I'm logged into the Alternative Guide to Postgraduate Funding online, and you can remember this username and password and you can access your account anywhere, whether you're on campus or off campus. The third way of accessing the Alternative Guide online is for prospective students. Now obviously if you're a prospective student you won't have a university email address yet, but what you can be given is an Alternative Guide PIN. This is a 4-digit PIN that your university can give you if they subscribe to the Alternative Guide to Postgraduate Funding. Now once you have this PIN you can input it here into the box, say it's 4 6s, and then put in any email address you like, a personal email address. Obviously it doesn't have to be a university email address. So I'm just going to type in a Gmail address here and click go. Can then check Gmail, and then we have here an email from Grad Funding with the Alternative Guide login details with a username and password, and you just enter those into this box in exactly the same way as we just saw for the current university student, and then hey presto, you'll be able to log on. So what if I've forgotten my username or password? Well, very simple. You can just click on the Forgot Your Username and Password box here and type in the email address that you used when you originally registered for the Alternative Guide to Postgraduate Funding. Then simply follow the instructions on the email and you'll be fine. What if I get the error, email address is already in use? Well, what this means is that there is already an email address associated with the account that you're trying to access. All you need to do to sort this error out is click on Forgot Your Username and Password and type in that email address, and then you will get instructions of how to reset your username and password. What if I'm on campus and try to use the Log On from Campus automatically button and I get this error? You are not on a designated campus. What this means is that the campus that you are on is not covered by our current IP mapping. Now, IP mapping isn't a completely foolproof process, and although we aim to cover 99% of university campuses, there are a few instances where the IP mapping doesn't work. But if that is the case, don't worry. Please just simply set up a normal account with a username and password using your university email address and log on that way, and you'll be absolutely fine. So what if you're a prospective student who has at least applied to a university, but you don't know that 4-digit PIN that will enable you to access the Alternative Guide to Postgraduate Funding online? Well, what I suggest is have a look at the university web pages on the place where the Alternative Guide to Postgraduate Funding is advertised. Most likely there will be an email address that you can contact or some other way in which you can find out the Alternative Guide to Postgraduate Funding PIN. So, want to know if your university has subscribed to the Alternative Guide to Postgraduate Funding? Well, that's easy to find. Please just simply go on the About tab on our web page and go on the list of university subscribers, and you'll get information on which universities hold which subscriptions. If there's anything you're still confused by, or anything you still need help with about accessing the Alternative Guide to Postgraduate Funding online, please email help@postgraduate-funding.com and we will aim to respond to all queries within 48 hours.